Okay, we're back over here on accessibility.com. If we look right here, we're on 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth one right here. And these are all websites that have been sued for not being ADA compliant. So the question is, when you get sued for not being ADA compliant, do you fix the problem or do you leave the problem? As we can see right here, let's go ahead and paste this in here. They did not fix the problem here. They've got 48 contrast errors, 2 regular errors. Let's see here. Empty heading. So this, you know, when you write code, if you're a web developer, if you're a professional, you should validate the code. So to start with, we've got all these contrast errors, 48 contrast. This is why people get sued. Right here is why people get sued. And you've got 48 contrast errors in here after you've already been sued. I mean, it just seems like a contrast error would be one of the things that would be simple and easy to fix. So if you don't fix anything else, you should fix the contrast errors. And where's that contrast errors at? On this red? Let's see here. Very low contrast, but that thing's going to be in my way. Yeah, on this red, on this red, we've got, so all this, order online, all these these yellow buttons. I mean, this is hard. This text is hard to read. It's yellow. You got to, these contrast errors can get you sued. So they've already been sued once. I'm not sure what they paid or what they've done, but and this right here does not make a website accessible. This is the opposite of making the website accessible. This userway right here, Accessibility B is their competition. Accessibility B got sued by the federal government. They got fined $1 million for lying and saying that these things make it ADA compliant. They do not make it ADA compliant. Not only do they not make it ADA compliant, but they make you a target. There are people that go and they look for this code. They immediately know this website's not ADA compliant, and then they sue you. Not you're talking about 350 lawsuits a month that happen, but you've got thousands of demand letters going out. They don't want to go to court. What they want to do is for you to pay them $20,000 for not going to court. So they send out thousands of demand letters every month, and out of those thousands of demand letters, they end up going to court about 300 out of 300 out of probably 10,000 letters that go out. Most of the time, they just get paid. So this website right here, they may still be paying. They may be paying. And this is the Delicious Marketing Experts. I mean, who is this company here? This company here should make sure, and they do the same stuff. They don't even know. This is a marketing company that should know how to make sure their websites are ADA compliant. They don't even know how to make their own website ADA compliant. If we look right here, you've got 30 contrast errors, 21 alerts, and also let's look at the speed on this website. If a website takes 3 seconds to load, if this largest content paint is in 3 seconds, you lose 53% of your traffic. So if you're paying for ads, over half the money that you're spending, is disappearing. It's being thrown away because over half the people will leave in 3 seconds. This takes 4 seconds. So let's say 60% of the people are leaving before this website ever loads. So you're paying people to come to the website and then they're leaving. You're paying this marketing company here that should know. They should say, hey, listen, the most important thing is to make sure that this website loads fast, because if the first content paint isn't in under a second, then then Google can't spider the site. So they can't even come in and find all the different pages, because eventually they will if you get links to the pages and everything else. But if you're adding new pages and everything else, they're not able to find those pages because the website takes 3 seconds to load. And then Google has a ranking penalty, because Google did a study and they found out that, hey, listen, if a website takes 3 seconds to load, you lose 53% of your traffic. Over half the traffic leaves. And they did this test because they were trying to find out why people were losing money on the pay-per-clicks. So they're trying to figure out what's going on. People are complaining they're not making money. They find out, hey, the problem is load time. Load time kills conversions. Amazon found out that every 1 second load time would cost them, I don't even remember, I think it was like $1 million a year or something. But I can look it up and see. But and then you've got the first content paint. If this isn't under a second, Google can't spider all the pages. If this isn't under 2.5, you've got a ranking penalty, and you're losing 53%, over 53% of your traffic who don't click around on the site because it takes too long to load. Then, I mean, this thing's got so many errors in it, I can't even validate it to see what's going on. So this thing's full of coding errors. This company here should be, I mean, if you're an SEO, yeah, I mean, look at that. This is not ADA compliant. We know that. You can look and see white text on white background is not ADA compliant. You've got text on top of I mean, no, you can hardly even read this stuff. You've got SEO, social media, pay-per-click. Pay-per-click says you lose traffic because of speed. SEO says you can't rank because of speed. This SEO company, this pay-per-click company, this social media company, they don't know what they're doing. Obviously, their website's not ADA compliant. They don't protect their customers. And for SEO, you've got to have speed. Speed is the number one factor to ranking a website. Speed prevents Google from ranking a website. Errors prevent Google from being able to even spider a website. Google can't spider a site because of the speed. You can't rank the website as high as it should because of speed. And you're losing conversions because of speed. But this SEO company, this pay-per-click company, they should be focusing on the speed. They should be looking at that problem. But instead, for some reason, they're ignoring it. And people will say, it's impossible. You'll hear them say, it's impossible. What he's talking about is impossible. So I built this website to show you it's very possible. This has zero contrast errors, zero alerts. If we look right here, and this has got the rewards, the catering, the menu. This has got everything in here. And, well, I went to the wrong place, didn't I? And it's even got dual languages. And it doesn't have any speed problems. If we look, there's no coding problems. The coding's 100% on here. If we look at the speed, 100%. I mean, it can be done. You can make the website do, and this isn't even set up correctly. Look, there's still errors in here that need to be fixed. These errors need to be fixed. I need to go in and fix these errors, because if you're a professional and you're trying to do correctly by your customers, you make sure that the code is correct and there's no errors in the code. If you can't validate the code, how do you know there's not an error in the code? You know there are. You know it's full of coding errors. But this is another website where they've been sued one time, and for whatever reason, whether it's the web developer, their marketing company, whoever handles the web development for this site did not do it correctly. You can blame it on the site owner. You can say, okay, yeah, he wanted that text on there, or he wanted this, and that's just the home page. Every single page, if you go through these, you can't even, the drop down menu, the text on here is not ADA compliant. You can look at it and tell it's not going to be ADA compliant. So either their web developer just doesn't care, or the customer enjoys paying $50,000, $20,000 for demand letters or whatever. So I just don't understand why people don't fix the problem. I do not understand why you get sued and you don't fix the problems.